Hey, what's up everyone? Tedrick85 here. Anyone who's familiar with me knows how highly I think of Toph Beifong. This is also true in regards to her two daughters, Lin and Suyin. I think both characters are fantastic. However, there has been a bit of a debate as to which of the Beifong sisters is the better character, and it's been quite the polarizing one, with die-hard Lin and Su fans out there. So in this video, I'm going to discuss this as well as how I feel about both of the Beifong sisters. In order to analyze the sisters, I must first look at the original Beifong, Toph. Toph is shown to be a headstrong character with incredible earthbending abilities. However, there is a vulnerability that she shows, especially in regards to her family, most notably when it came to her parents. She loved and cared for her parents, but at the same time she realized she had to choose her own path in order to seek what she wanted to do. By dictating her own path to enlightenment, not only did she become a great earthbender, but she also founded metal bending, which she was able to teach to other earthbenders throughout her life. Her abilities also cemented her legacy as Chief of Police of Republic City, as we see statues erected of Toph throughout Republic City and the Earth Kingdom. After her time as Chief of Police, she headed to the swamp so she can be connected with the rest of the world, something that has given her a sense of enlightenment and understanding of everything around her. Now let's look at her daughters. First, let's talk about Lin Beifong. Like her mother, she is the Chief of Police at Republic City. Also like her mother, she is a stubborn yet headstrong woman who is gifted at earthbending and metal bending. However, in Book 3, she is a character who carries much burden emotionally. As a young girl, she wanted to make her mom proud as she became a police officer, only to find out that Toph was not pleased with how she or her sister Su had turned out. She is also single, but was in a prior relationship with Tenzin before he eventually married Pema and raised a family with her. Despite this, Lin keeps fighting and serving as a beacon of justice. Even when Amon stripped her of her bending during Book 1, she was still active in the efforts to stop him from fully equalizing Republic City. I think this shows that Lin is not only uncompromising, but also very loyal to her friends, and also loyal to what she believes is right. Now let's look at Su. Taking a quick glance among her and Lin, you would say that they are polar opposites. Whereas Lin is strict and sees things in black and white, Su is more of a go-with-the-flow individual who encourages freedom of thought and expresses themselves however they want. This is evident even when she was a young girl. Her rebelliousness caused problems between her and Lin, so much so that when Lin confronted Su when she was with two of her friends who were thieves, Lin ended up getting scarred from the metal cable that Su cut so she wouldn't get apprehended. She has since lived her life much like her mother in the sense that she made her own path to happiness and encourages the same with each of her children, though she knows too that Toph was not happy with how she turned out either. She also seems to be somewhat opposite of her sister in terms of her earthbending abilities. Whereas Lin uses her abilities to mainly attack and capture enemies and criminals, Su's is mainly used to defend herself, although she also has been shown to be an exceptional earthbender and metal bender. Although the two sisters have many differences and are two very different personalities, they do have several things they have in common. First, they both seem to have a strong sense of family. Su always held her family close, whereas Lin only started to after visiting Zhao Fu and making amends with her half-sister. Afterwards, Lin and Su started looking out for each other more and truly understood that they needed each other more than ever. This is evidenced during the last part of Book 3, where Lin was willing to cause a diversion so that Pli wouldn't harm Su. Su reciprocated these feelings by metal bending her breastplate over Pli's head in order to save Lin from certain death. Another thing they have in common is that they are both very gifted earthbenders, and are both shown to be good at the seismic sense technique, although Su cannot identify some people using it, as referenced in the latest episode where she ends up getting captured by Kuvira. Both sisters have been shown to be living successful lives despite Toph going to her journey to seek enlightenment, and neither one of them knowing who their father is. Not only does Su play an important part of her children's lives, but Lin has been shown to care for her extended family as well, as shown where she apologizes to Opal after initially shunning her. Both sisters still hold Toph in the highest regards, although Lin has yet to reconcile with her mother. Perhaps the most important thing these sisters share is their undying loyalty to their friends. Both are shown to be reliable and trustworthy allies to Avatar Korra and her gang, and always look out for what's best for her, although Lin and Su may have different opinions on how to accomplish this. Now that I've talked about the Beifong family a bit, now it's time for me to discuss the main question of this video. Which one of the Beifong daughters is better? This might sound like a cop-out answer, but the only honest answer I can give is that it really depends on the individual. I personally see the sisters as if you get Toph and you split her in half. Lin inherited Toph's strong demeanor, whereas Su got Toph's desire to live how she wants to. Lin takes after her mom in terms of raw earthbending ability, whereas Su is the more patient one who waits before making a move. The reason why I say it depends on the individual is because it really comes down to what people liked about Toph, and how much they see what they liked about her in the two daughters. I'm going to be honest. I really love Lin and Su. They are both awesome characters, and they are both a big part of the Korra series. I've always liked Lin since I first saw her interrogating Korra when the Avatar first arrived in Republic City, and I became equally attached to Su when I first saw her in Chapter 5 of Book 3. The reason why I was so attached to these two was because of how much they were similar to their mother, and I think that this isn't going to change even as the end of the series approaches. However, I personally like Su's character a little more because of her carefree attitude and her humanist views. She has a strong sense of family and wants everyone to choose their own path. Having said this, Lin is the perfect foil to this due to her contrasting personality, especially when the two sisters are together. Ultimately, it shouldn't really matter as to who believes which sister is better. It has been clear of how important the Beifong sisters have been to the Korra series, and it's also apparent that the fans love the both of them too, even if the fan base is torn between the two. Instead of debating which is better, we should embrace what people love about each character and look at the big picture as to how each of them is going to help Korra bring balance to the world. I know some fans have a strong opinion about the Beifongs, and I'd love to hear what people think about this. Being that I love Lin and Su, it really doesn't matter to me who people think is the superior sister. So feel free to leave a comment or a video response as to what you think about the Beifongs and who you think is the better character. I really think this is one question where there is no wrong answer, as people are going to hold either Lin or Su with high regards while at the same time respecting what the other one can do. One thing is for sure, I don't think anyone can deny that when it comes to the Beifong family, they are an awesome group of people that one would be wise not to mess with. I can't wait to see what the sisters will do clear through to the end of the series, and hopefully they can be at peace not only with themselves, but also with their mother, Toph. That, I believe, will be the ultimate enlightenment. This is Tedric85 speaking. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.